सो ये अभी यहाँ पे ऑक्शन शुरू होएगी इन सारी पेंटिंग्स की. तो वी आर इनवाइटेड. I am invited. Just आओ, ये कार्ड साथ लेके आओ. तो see क्या है इनके पास. Are you interested to buy any of these?
We have a couple of different things.
Okay.
So it just depends on what's in our price range.
Yeah, where the price goes.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
There are some paintings inside as well.
If you can, you can bubble. Yeah. Yes.
This one, I put my name in the drawer. The weight of this item is 77, I think, kilo or pound. But that result I haven't seen yet.
Okay, guys. Then you can do the walk around later. Okay.
chopstick, well, what I want to do is crop the artwork. The fact that I paint a green circle and a red circle and get to have fun with it is amazing to me. I mean, I paint olives for a living. I'm the olive guy. This car I'm standing next to is actually where I'm living right now. This is what has kept me grounded. I never forget that the most important thing I could tell you that I do with my life is my philanthropy. And they're incredible foundations I work with. My art is the vehicle that takes me to a place where I can do something. If you know anything about me, you know that my paintings aren't just thrown together. There's a lot of thought goes in it. Besides all the goofy, math, nerdy stuff, I like to hide things in the painting. I like paintings that make you think a little bit. The more you delve into the painting, the deeper you get in it, the more things you'll find. It's epic to me to think that, you know, going from just coloring in coloring books, trying to, you know, draw outside of the lines, to now having over 4,000 products with my images on it. Everything from surfboards to poker chip sets, watches, bar tabs. It's crazy, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start in 5 minutes, and you can find the best spot and you're going to have the best view.
I have nothing against art schools, but I did have a very clear idea myself of what I wanted to teach myself, of what it was that I wanted to paint. So I started painting when I was 5 years old. Nothing special, just like any child. But in high school, 17, 18, time for career choice, I decided, you know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an artist. I flunked my high school art class, actually. I turned in my assignments and they weren't what she requested, but my math teacher really liked it. Said, you should be an artist, you're good. First art that I really liked was on album covers. I admired the album cover art and I wanted to do that. And eventually I did. I got my very first album cover job doing Bob Seger, Against the Wind, and it was a very big album and a little overwhelming, but I pulled it off. Surprisingly, the album cover won a Grammy Award for Best Album Package. So after that, it led right into doing book covers and movie posters and more album covers. I worked for some other artists like Prince and Alice Cooper, you know, a lot of artists that I admired, so I was happy to work for them. That kind of carried on through the whole 80s. After painting 50 years, there's been a lot of evolvement from styles that I painted, and as well, the materials and tools that I use. One of the more drastic changes in my art style came maybe 5-6 years ago when my son Art, he said, you know, leave that loose like that. And then he said, add this and throw some paint and put, and I was like, I don't do that. And I'm tight. He goes, yeah, everybody knows you by that, now do it this way. Change it up a little bit. One thing that helps a lot with me to paint and to keep painting is not to be afraid to fail. I learned pretty quickly that when I paint from the heart, paint what I feel, it sells. And when I would try to do what sells, it would fall flat. I think people realize what is really true art, you know.
I'm Danny Thomas. Many years ago, I made a fantastic promise to build a shrine. The shrine is going to be a hospital for children of all races and creeds, and free.
Hey, it's your friend, artist Michael Goddard here, and I want to talk to you about something very close and near to my heart. Some of you know my story, some of you might not, but when my daughter Paige was 15 years old, she was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, which was a very dangerous form of cancer that eventually took her life. So much of the result of what happens once you walk through those front doors of the hospital depends on the research that was done and the people that came before you. Ultimately, the medulloblastoma got the best of my daughter and she passed in 2006. But today we still have a chance to do something together to raise money for St. Jude and help these children fight this deadly disease. St. Jude takes on all the financial responsibility. And so in my endeavor, in my journey to do something and to give back, I've created a very, very special painting called Wings of Hope, and I'd like to share a little bit more about it with you. Now, the story goes like this. During COVID, I think I was driving my wife nuts, and I said, let's go to the nursery and buy some plants. So we bought some plants, and of course, we live in the Las Vegas heat where it gets to be 190 degrees. And Leanne decided she'd go out there with a hose and start spraying some of the flowers and the trees. Well, in that moment, she turned into Cinderella because suddenly there was hummingbirds all around her. Then the epiphany came. Wow, hummingbird. You know what? They have so many colors in them. Why don't I do a painting that has 2 hummingbirds in it? And started out with this crazy paper that is a sort of like a film, like a mirror. And the reason I came across this paper is because that is what I used to do Allegiant Stadium, all the walls in Allegiant Stadium. Now, we'd only printed with gray and black, so I asked my business partner, hey, can we add some bright colors to it? And he said, no, I don't think so. But we worked with the chemistry, figured it all out, all was good. The next thing I thought about in my researching the hummingbirds was this iridescent, these beautiful iridescents that are in the hummingbird. And I said, can we use some iridescent inks on there? And he said, no, I don't think we can. We tried it in the printers. It started stopping and clogging, stopping the printers from working. So we worked that out. So the next thing was we started experimenting with 3D printers. And I said, is there any way to make those wings that I painted pop out a little bit, make them 3-dimensional? And we were able to do that as well. So this particular painting, the Wings of Hope, not only has all the different colors of every cancer ribbon, but also has some 3-dimensionality to it, which we'll show you, and also iridescent inks. Now, that's not enough, because if you look at iridescent inks at an angle, they tend to turn almost invisible, like they just kind of go dark. So I decided that I needed to do some hand highlighting. So I did that on the wings, and then sort of teals around the edges and little white highlights and things, and then decided that I would also paint the wings and just sort of freehand those, and that way every one of these pieces is an original. And then I follow that up with, I add a little bit of glitter with a cancer ribbon, and what this does is it allows anybody who's walking past one of these to say, oh my gosh, what a beautiful painting, but they also see that it's related to cancer somehow. And you know, little do they know that every time one of the Wings of Hope is purchased, a portion of money is going directly to St. Jude to help a child fight cancer.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our grand opening art auction. My name is Robert, I'm art auctioneer. If you're wondering where this accent coming from, I'm Hungarian from Serbia, and I represent Park Glass Gallery. Can we have a round of applause for the entire team for preparing all this art for you guys? And also, I just want to show this artwork that was just explained in a video by Michael Goddard, that is Wings of Hope. And this artwork is that unique variation that he explained how he created with all of these different materials, also with aluminum surface. So, this is who we are. Let me just click. Teach, can you please change the slide? Teach coming in help. Okay, Teach. Yeah, just to change the slide.
I promise you guys everything was working just fine.
Okay, so by the raise of hand, how many of you have been before to art auctions? Almost everyone. So welcome back. For the new people, welcome. And I said my name is Robert, but I represent Park West Gallery that is also having an international art team. My team is not that much international because all of them mostly coming from the same country. All of them coming from Zimbabwe. So I have Peach, I have Charles, I have Francis. They all the way from Zimbabwe. And then I have one more gentleman that he's coming from Jamaica. And also I have a couple more team members that are not part of the art team, but they're helping us today. So this is who we are. We are Park West Gallery and we are the world's largest art dealers. We've been in business since 1969, over 50 years in business. And we have works of art by some of the most famous contemporary artists, the most licensed, the most collected, like Thomas Kincaid, the most licensed like Romero Brito, the most exhibited like Peter Max. But we also have masters. We have Rembrandt, Chagall, Goya, Miro, Salvador Dali, Picasso in our collection. So if you want to acquire some of those masters, approach us and let's see what we can find for you. Okay? And you can rely on us because every single artwork is original. Everything coming with certificate of authenticity. By the word original, yes, you can do the next one. By the word original, everyone considering only this one. But do you know that even poster can be original if it can be traced directly to the artist? And we have just one back, yes. So here we have unique one of a kind. Those are the top level of the artworks, but even the poster, something that can be traced directly to the artist, and higher than that would be graphic works. The main difference, between